How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Mario's Knife Pile. My name is Mario, and just getting out of the UPS store here, pretty close to where I work. Shipping out a knife trade that I did with Nate over at Green's Blade Revival. Nate, your box should be coming in here in the next few days. So anyway, it's been a while since I've been on here. I did, if you follow me on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook or anywhere else other than here. Actually, no, I did post a picture of last week. I took the day off because I had to take my daughter to drop her off at church for a church event. And man, all these holes on this road are bad. So yeah, I ended up doing a little bit of a knife hunt out in Austin. Hit up a couple of pawn shops, and they were a bust. Most of them had some knives, mostly Chinese stuff. Nothing, to write home about or anything like that. But I ended up at the thrift store, the Texas surplus store in Austin, and I ended up finding these three knives here, and they were kind of beat up. I had a little basket full of knives, and as you guys know, I try to set myself a budget of around $50 a month for a knife or knives. In this case, it was knives. So I had a Victorinox, like single blade pruner. I had a few of them in the basket, and I ended up kind of looking at prices and everything, and I had a Vanger, real large. I don't remember the model. I had a Vanger. I had a Victorinox. I had Kershaw with copper scales that had a broken blade. They wanted $8 for it. I mean, the options are pretty much endless, and if you've seen my video of the surplus store, you know that anybody that likes knives would have a hard time just looking and buying, and you probably buy a lot if you had the funds. So essentially, I ended up opting for these three knives. The first one was a Spyderco Delica. I don't know the year. It's kind of hard to date some of these, but it is one that is pinned together. Sorry if my phone is all shaky and stuff. This road is not, and the wind is really, really bad. But this Spyderco was sitting there on the shelf, the glass display, essentially, because they usually keep the higher priced, anything like $20 and up, $20 and up, they keep behind the glass display. And I was looking through some of them. There was a couple of case knives. There was like a whiskey bone, or it could have been what's the other one? It was light brown, like orange bone mini trapper, stainless steel. They wanted $40 for it, which was worth it, I believe. But again, I was trying to get the best bang for my buck. and I saw that Spyderco and it was $35. And I was like, man, I had all these other knives in the basket, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna have to put that one back, put that one back, put that one back. I've been really digging the Spydercos here lately, ever since the end of this last year, when I got that Manix 2, and then at the beginning of this year, I got the Para 3, and then now I have this Delica. And I kind of looked at it, looked at pictures online, making sure that it was legit, and it was. It is missing a pocket clip. There's some scratches on the stainless steel, body of it. I did clean it up, and I'll show you a video of it here. It came out pretty nice. I do need to get a pocket clip for it. Probably going to get either a Flytanium pocket clip or a Lynch Northwest pocket clip for it whenever I have the money. Right now, it's been a back pocket dropper. I carried it yesterday and Sunday. Really nice Spyderco. It is very, and I've seen reviews of it. A lot of the main complaint is that it's slippery, because it's all stainless steel. So, but it's super, super nice. The other knife that I got, I believe, was the Schrade, and it's 83 OT, I think. Yeah, because it's a 80. The other one's an 84. This one's an 83 OT. And this thing was rough. It was very, very dirty. There was no snap on the blades. That one I got for $8, and all the blades were there, with the exception of I believe it was the sheep's foot blade was broken, and right at the tip of where the sheep's foot lands on the edge of the blade, it was broken. So I ended up shorting it out, and it came out super nice, cleaned up, left it in the mineral oil for a few hours, and washed it all out and everything. And I'll make sure I put in a video of what it looks like now here. But it was awesome. That thing is snappy. I'm actually I'm carrying it today. And I've had some questions on, I believe it was Facebook and Instagram, about my little slip that I made. It's literally, I made it with 2 small scrap pieces of leather, and sewed it all together. Really, really cool little slip. And woohoo! That semi's flying. But yeah, here it is right now, and I'll make sure I'll throw some B-roll of what it actually looks like. I did cut my apple with it today, so you can see some Tieners on it, and it's got a little bit of snap on it, not too much. But here's that sheep's foot blade, and it's all dirty because I did clean it in that oil. Really nice looking sheep's foot. It was broken. Essentially, it came over and it was broken right at the end there. So, and you can see it from that initial video that I recorded of it. The last one was a little Buck 303. I believe it's a 97. That one had the main clip blade the tip was broken. So now it looks a little weird, but it's a usable knife. And as you can see there on the video, it looks nice. I mean, it's a usable knife now, and it's actually my first of those Buck Black Delrin knives. I never had any, so I paid $8 for that thing. So I think out the door I paid, it was 35 and 8. I think it was 50, 55. I have the, sorry, just touched the microphone. I ended up paying, I think, a little bit over $50, $55 for everything out the door. So that goes to show, guys, that, and I'm gonna tap into New Again Knife Reviews video that he made yesterday, talking about the knife hobby / addiction, and I made a comment on there because he made a lot of good points on that video, and as I said on that comment, I said an addiction is an addiction is an addiction. It doesn't matter if you're addicted to alcohol. It doesn't matter if you're addicted to tobacco, caffeine, X-rated material, for lack of a better word. An addiction is an addiction, and buying and consumerism can be an addiction too, and although I never let it go, obviously, out of control, but it's easy to get on eBay. It's easy to get on Whatnot and start buying left and right. And a lot of times what I figured out was that I ended up not even liking some of the knives that I got. It was just that itch to buy a new knife. And a lot of times, like, YouTube and social media does a disservice to us, because we see us, and I don't consider myself a what do you call it? I mean, obviously I create content creator, but I don't consider myself a oh man, the term just slipped my mind. A influencer. I don't consider myself an influencer because I try not to. First of all, I don't even like, and this is part of the reason that I kind of stopped making the videos of me showing, the knives that I've gotten and stuff, other than trades and gifts and stuff like that, because I don't want my videos to influence you in the wrong way. And you might say, well, you're not showing anything bad or anything that's wrong or anything like that. And I'm not saying I am, but at the same time, I know for a fact that money's tight, man. Finances and everything, like budgets, are tight. I know they are for me, and a lot of times, just because you have that itch of getting a new knife, or you see a brand new knife online or on the emails, and I was telling some of the guys, I ended up unsubscribing from a bunch of newsletters, knife newsletters, because I was almost like having, a hissy fit because I couldn't buy this knife or couldn't buy that knife. And I, even on like some of the chats or some of the, videos, like, I would get upset because it's like, well, he just got this knife and I wanted to, but then I had to tell myself, well, first of all, you don't have the budget. You don't have, you don't have the budget. Like, you have to have some self-control. Like Zach was saying on his video yesterday, when you lose that self-control with any hobby, any borderline addiction, when you lose that self-control, you've lost it. Because when you cannot control the amount of time that you spend on a hobby, or you spend even online. I saw another post on Instagram of this content creator, and he does some awesome photography, and he works with big companies. And he was saying how it's almost like that never-ending chase of the best picture, the best post, the one that goes viral. And I think we can do that even on YouTube as content creators. Like, we're trying to get all the views and all this other stuff. And then if you get a video that goes viral, it's even worse. And it happened to me last year around this time. The actual video of me going to the surplus store, overnight it hit, I shouldn't say overnight. Well, yeah, overnight it hit over 1,000 views, over 50 comments, and within a week it was at like 10,000 views, which to me, even now, I don't think I've had any other video do that. And I'm kind of happy because I could care less. Like it means nothing to me. And we can get caught up in these things. Like, oh man, like you get caught up if a post or a video goes viral, or you get caught up in the lack of views or lack of comments or lack of likes. It's like we kill ourselves to make some of this content, and we end up just, instead of having a good time and having fun with the hobby, you end up frustrating yourself even more. So if anything, the only thing that I can say, and obviously I'm one person, and I have had issues with addictions, and I think part of me trying to do away with those addictions was part of why I got into the knife hobby. And almost like trying to get that what I was lacking in that dopamine hit from those other addictions. And my addiction, I don't have an issue with alcohol or tobacco. I actually hate tobacco personally. My dad was a smoker, still is a smoker, and I can't stand the smell of tobacco, like at all. Now, do I remember, like if I smell a cigarette smoke or pipe smoke or a cigar smoke, it reminds me of my childhood because of my dad. But I don't like it personally. And drinking, the same thing. My dad, he battled, being a workaholic, alcoholic, and everything in between. So I've never struggled with those things because from a young age I said I'm not going to do that. But I did fall as a teenager into X-rated content and stuff like that took over my life and my brain and my thoughts and a bunch of things. And I know that me trying to leave that behind me was when I found knives and the hobby and everything else. And it's hard, man. It's hard because you see these people, and most of the time, like, I like all the knives. I know some people's like, oh, I'm only a traditional guy, I'm only this, I'm only that. Dude, I like traditionals, I like modern traditionals, I like knives made in China, Germany, Japan, Spain, all of them. I like them all. So if anything, it's a little bit harder for me because I like them. I like fixed blades, I like modern folders. I like modern traditionals, a knife is a knife, and I love it. I love the history of it. I love the functionality of it. I love the basic utilitarian aspect of it. But anyway, guys, I don't want to keep y'all for too long, but I just wanted to kind of show you my haul from this past week. I felt blessed to be able to find that. I'm excited for next week. my wife and I are going to be heading to Blade Show, Texas on Friday. Not this Friday, but next Friday. And we live in Central Texas. So we're about 3 hours from the Dallas Fort Worth area. So we're planning on leaving pretty early, finding some breakfast on the way, and then meeting up with John from Thrifty Kniffy, Matt from Slip Joint Sawyer, and Mikey from Baldy's Blades from the UK. So I'm excited. I'm excited to meet up with a lot more people too. Obviously, it's not just them that are going to be there. There's a lot of people that are going to be there that have said that that they're going to be there. So it's my first big knife show. I'm excited. I do have a little bit of funds separated and aside for that day, and I can't wait to just hang out with people. My wife's excited. She's actually gotten into knives here lately. She's one of these days I'm gonna show y'all or have her. I don't think I've ever had her in any of my videos. And she got a knife for Christmas from me, and then she's been getting knives, a couple of knives here and there from me. And she's excited about it. She can't wait to kind of see what the hype is all about. So we were trying to make both days, but it's not going to happen. So, but we're just excited. It is spring break for us next week. So planning on being out and about. We're probably going to go for a couple of hikes or something with the kids. Got to get them out of the house and out of the, everything, the day-to-day school mess and everything. So we're excited. Guys, I hope you guys have an awesome day, an awesome week. And I just wanted to kind of, make a video and kind of touch base with you guys. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, comment down on the video. Tell me what you think about my thoughts on, this knife collecting and, borderline addiction that we have of collecting knives. But yeah, anyway, don't forget to be the light for everybody to see that we serve an amazing God. We'll see you guys on the next one. I'm almost home. Peace.